Hi,
Hello, Krisha.
we're here.
Hey,
We did it.
Happy, what is today? Feast of the Immaculate Conception.
Happy Feast of the Immaculate Conception.
That means I gotta go
or
to church.
Tuesday.
That means it's the church day.
Do you eat at church for the Feast of the Immaculate
Oh,
Conception?
that, because they call it a feast. No, I think it just means celebration.
Oh,
But, technically, yes, you eat because, well, there'd be communion and everything, but.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
Cool.
I won a statue of Mary at a theater show for correctly answering the trivia question about today's feast day. I was in Los Angeles seeing this. Now I can't remember, but it's an
Okay.
actress pretending to be a nun.
All right.
And it was a show. It was very popular for a while. And we were at the Henry Fonda Theater in Hollywood. And, most of the people are going to have no idea. So, because it's Late Night Catechism.
Okay.
So it's a comedy making fun of the nuns that would hit you on the knuckles with the,
Yes. Yeah.
But they do it in such a fashion that it doesn't offend the Catholics because everything in it is correct, theologically correct. So when the nun asked the audience of the class, to correctly define the Feast of the Immaculate Conception, and I raised my hand,
Oh no.
I won. I also, in Pigeon Forge, won another statue during the show Nunsense.
Yeah.
Do you know Tammy Bolt, who
I
works
do.
for the Gatlinburg Chamber?
Yeah.
She was playing Sister Amnesia, and she's asking the audience to identify the patron saint of mental illness. It's Saint Dymphna.
You were that kid in class. You're like,
Yeah, so
everybody was like, stop.
So I also won a prize for that one. Anyway,
Speaking of winning prizes and things, do you have an Amazon wish list?
I do.
I just pulled mine up because I realized that I am boring and I am ashamed of myself because everything on my Amazon wish list, except for maybe 2 or 3 things, are actual practical things that I need in my daily life right now.
But also, so you use Amazon wish list the same way I do, where you think of something that you might need, not want, and you just put it on there as a reminder so that when you have the money.
Sure. I put it on there because I need it and hope I'll eventually be able to buy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I put things on there so when I want, instead of searching all through Amazon,
Right.
I put things on the wish list, and then I go and get the cards at the
Here.
the grocery store.
Scroll my list.
All right, so I see incense, I see food chip clips, I see kitchenware.
Keep going. Go the
This
other
way,
way.
this way.
Yeah.
What is that? Shelves. These are this is like housewarming gifts, is what this is.
This is like
Food
when you
storage.
get married. This is stuff that you would
Well,
get.
because you moved out on your own.
I did.
Food storage
I'm so grown
containers,
up.
window treatment, sliding cabinet basket. This is a lot of kitchen stuff.
Right.
What is that thing? An immersion hand blender. You do
I
not
need-
need
I need some
tummy.
tights.
You do not need tummy control tights.
I might.
Maybe in the is that a person's rear?
It is a person.
That's not natural looking. That's Kim Kardashian is apparently.
I need
posed on
tongs
this.
and a hairbrush.
All right. Well, here I pulled up mine so you can look at it if you want.
Most of it is kitchen stuff because here's the thing. I realized when I've been home because I was in quarantine.
Yeah.
I was in isolation for 11 days. I have one pan.
Well,
And I was
you know what
like-
we can do? We're Amazon affiliates.
some
We can
tongs.
do affiliate marketing. If you want to pick a thing, we could put it on there. We
Okay.
could put the link on there, and we could, if you have something you want to
Okay,
endorse
well-
or model or.
Most everything on your list. Ooh, hot socks. Conversation starter. Novelty casual crew socks.
With
I like that
skeletons
they're
on them.
conversation starters. All right, you need some britches.
Well, when you find a pair of pants that fit or a shirt that fits, I go ahead and put it on the list.
Entertainer's Secret, you can actually get it for cheaper at Long's Drugstore.
And I have taken your advice on that, and that's where I get mine now.
Bacardi and the Long Fight for Cuba, a biography of a cause.
You know why that book is on there?
Because we were talking about your dad and all of
Chef
that.
Pepin sent me that link.
Oh,
so I
nice.
put that on there.
Improvise, lots of books.
Yeah, so some
Yeah.
of the stuff is,
Yeah.
it's not that nothing. that
Impro
exciting.
for Storytellers by Keith Johnstone. Right now, if you go to the Impro Instagram, you can actually sign up for classes, and I think they're like 20 to 30% off, and they're all online classes right now.
Could I get some of these books at Amazon's company Audible?
Yes, absolutely. All of them, I am sure.
Because you notice how the years I added these, 2016, they've been sitting on this list for 4.5 years.
I have older
5
lists.
years.
I have that. You can have my version of the comedy improv manual. I don't use it.
Oh, okay.
I It's got notes in it though and
That's
highlights.
fine. Do I have to burn it when you die?
No.
Okay.
It's
Because
fine.
I thought I had to burn everything.
No, you can go to audibletrial.com/Krisha and Frank and download all of the titles that Frank has on his wish list. There's the two books that I have on my wish list are ones that I want physical copies of that I've actually listened to already.
So you can write in.
So I can notate and I can I like the tangible books. I like the tangible.
The beauty of it is Amazon sells the paper. They started as a bookstore and then they bought Audible. So now you can get.
And often, if you have an Audible premium subscription, and don't quote me on this because sometimes it comes and goes, you can get a discount on a regular book.
On the paper book? Oh,
yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so that's one of the things that we have for affiliate marketing. We can do Amazon and we can do Audible.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. So I'm realizing that I need a house.
Should I tell you that I was thinking of getting you something for Christmas? I guess I did. But I saw something and I thought, I should get that for Krisha for Christmas.
Okay.
But it's not
It's not practical.
No.
But that's okay because I have a very hard time accepting gifts, and I've actually talked about this with a lot of people.
Well, you were fine with that yellow coffee mug I gave you until you broke it.
Broke it. I'm sorry, I loved it. But here's the thing.
I'm just playing.
I went to the Atlanta Improv Festival in a year ago.
Yeah.
2 years ago. Yeah, 2018. And I saw a group called Three-Peat, and Shantira Jackson was in this group called Three-Peat. She's now a writer. She lives in LA. She writes for several television shows out there. But part of their improv was they tell a story or they talk about themselves, and that gets them into their long-form improv. And she told this story that has stuck with me, and it sticks with me, and I have to remind myself of this all the time because she said that she is a gift giver, loves giving gifts, loves listening to someone and having a conversation with someone and hearing that one little thing that they ooh, and then she will find it, and she's one of those people that can't wait to give you a gift, even if your birthday is whatever. I am that person. I love little silly gifts
But receiving
is I don't feel like, don't spend money on me, don't spend time on me.
You don't feel worthy.
Don't think of me, don't. And she said that she realized as a gift giver how much joy she got out of giving the gift, that when she denies someone else who has done the same for her, she is denying that excitement and that love and the way that she feels when she's giving someone a gift. And she said it took her most of her life to realize that when someone is giving her a gift, it is because they feel the same way that she feels when she's giving someone a gift. So, and it's a very hard thing.
Well, using the improv world, I love, improv is a life philosophy. And I was able to finally accept a compliment.
It's hard.
No, because I did it in the improv world. You can't deny. When someone makes you an offer in improv, you accept in advance, or in the case of a compliment, you accept and you thank them, and don't throw it back at them. Don't deny them, because it's offensive to the person trying to compliment you. So if I say you're funny, and that you remind me of Carol Burnett, don't go into the whole, I'm not as good as Carol Burnett. I didn't say you were as good as Carol Burnett. I said you reminded me of Carol Burnett.
Right.
And take it as the compliment that it's intended.
It is a struggle, and I think for a lot of people, struggling with what you're what you're worthy of or your worth is a general struggle. And it's very strange because I see outside of myself, no, you're worth so much more than that.
Yeah.
But with myself, I'm like, why would anybody even want to what? That's a nice text. Why would? But it's a very, I don't know where that's rooted or how to unplant it.
You can't unplant it because I have another theory that those of us who have hide our low self-esteem are drawn to cameras and lights and microphones.
Yeah, my forehead is huge. Look at how big my forehead is. I was like, bing! Man, if I ever lose my hair, look at it.
Well,
I've got widow's peaks.
Okay. I thought a widow's peak was in the middle, with Eddie Munster.
It is, look.
You have yours on the side.
This is a widow's peak because it leaves
Oh, I
the
thought
middle.
it was more pronounced.
No, widow's peaks are these.
Okay, then I didn't know that. Oh, well, then don't do it. If it bothers you, stop. You can all cousin it now. You look disheveled. Will you please shovel yourself?
Shovel. Hey, shovel yourself. Get yourself shoveled.
I don't want to know how disheveled you are. I just want
No,
to know
what
when
you
you're
were
shoveled.
saying, like so many of us that mask the feelings of not being worthy with being on camera or being drawn to entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes up for it. It makes you can forget your insecurities for a little while because somebody is watching, somebody is applauding.
Yeah.
But the problem is you need that to breathe sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's hard with the pandemic where there's no stage, there's no improv, I shouldn't say no because you're doing Sweet Fanny Adams.
I am.
You're
And
exhausted.
it is. Well, I will say it's this. I think that this whole year has just been exhausting for everyone. I think there's a lot of mental work and a lot of things that we're having to deal with that are unnatural. And so in general, I think we're all a little more tired than usual. And sometimes we don't realize it. But it is being on stage right now has a lot of difficulties that typically aren't part of being in theater. Yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of people are taking up new hobbies and different things. Like, for example, I brought something for show and tell.
What you got?
Well, I'll explain after we talk about Steve's tree service, because this is sort of a tree.
This is
Can
so
you even
pretty.
see it? I don't think... Hold up. Put something behind it so you can see.
I'm here. I'm gonna... okay.
Yeah, don't show that part.
No.
So it's a little plant.
Yeah.
And it's gotten remarkably taller. And while we were away for Thanksgiving, it shot up from like here to here.
Oh, wow.
And now it has leaves. It didn't have leaves. It just had this green stick coming out of it. And I'll tell you about it after we talk about Steve's
So if
tree
you
service.
have a small green stick or a large green stick that you need help with, Steve's Tree Service is who you can call to do so. Tim Coleman actually said that he heard us talking about him needing Steve's Tree Service, and he wrote down Steve's number because he finished cutting down his own tree that had already fallen. He cut it up.
It's hard work.
But he may have another one.
Well, he should call Steve.
And he said he's gonna.
865-257-6214. Renee will make an appointment. They'll give you an estimate. They'll get out there and take care of you. They do serve Sevier County, where Tim lives, and Knox County, where I live, and all the other ones in between, Blount, Loudoun, Anderson, Jefferson. And they'll do a fine work. They'll clean up for you, too.
Yeah, they're good peoples.
And Renee is proud of her rapport with the elderly. Well, because a lot of folks, think about like the guy down the hill, who probably will need a tree service, and it's easy, for old people, you just get to the point where you're like, I don't care anymore.
Just let it fall on me.
And you, I didn't mean like that. I mean, you can get ripped off by unscrupulous companies.
Yes.
And Steve's Tree Service, 5-star rating on Yelp, Google, and Facebook, and they go out of their way to make sure that the older folk among us are treated fairly and kindly.
And you can also find them on Facebook, and more than likely they're going to comment on Facebook.
They're good at that.
They're really good at that, and thank you for that. So you can find them on Facebook, probably down the comments.
So, Steve's
What
Tree
is
Service.
this?
I believe this is going to be a tree, which is why I thought about it.
It looks like a maple.
Well, here's the thing, is because of the pandemic and just this extra time on our hands, I had the little garden box out there where I've grown some jalapeno peppers, and we brought those inside because they were still going.
Yeah.
So I still have a live jalapeno plant. I've got some rosemary and some basil, and I've never gardened. I'm not a gardener. I don't grow things very well, except for the figs, which I'm multiple years in.
Go figure.
And Jere said that someone at the school where she worked had taken an avocado pit from an avocado that they ate
From an avocado.
and put
Who knew?
toothpicks in it. As opposed to going to the store, the avocado pit store.
Someone took an avocado pit from an avocado.
I suppose you could order avocado pits online.
Sure you could.
I suppose.
But I'm just glad that they took their avocado pit from an avocado.
That's where they got it.
That is.
And Jere took it, and she put toothpicks in it, and we put it in a jar of water, or a cup of water, and left it on the sink for just a very long time, and it grew this root down into the water. And then maybe started to poke something up the top. And it went on for a long time. And then we got to the point where we were transplanting these other things into the house to bring in the pepper plant and the rosemary. And we thought, well, we have this extra dirt, and we have this pot that had something else in it that had died.
Careful.
So we thought, that's right, I'll spill it all over. So we thought, well, let's take the avocado pit out of the water and because it's now had this much stalk coming up.
Look at it go.
And we put it in some dirt, and we keep it over by the sink.
So you took an avocado pit
from the grocery store.
From an avocado. And look at that. Look at that bad boy. Look at his little growth down there. What's his name?
Oh, what's his name? Avogadro.
Avogadro?
No, Avogadro.
Avogadro?
Let me Google that. Because I'm making this up obviously as I'm going along. But Avogadro. Yes, Avogadro's number. This is 6.02214 times 10 to the 23rd.
Okay.
That's Avogadro's number.
Is that how I get a hold of him? Hello.
You asked me a name for him, and I needed something. So, I'll tell you. I host the high school quiz show, right?
I had no idea.
Shut up. So I had a question about what is 6.02214 times 10 to the 23rd. What is it? And whose number?
What is it?
Whose number is it, or whatever? It's some math question. And the kid on the TV says it's Avocado's number. And I said no. And there was this big hubbub. Because the coaches, they called a challenge. And then at halftime, they have to go back and listen to the tape over again because they've challenged me that I, as the host, who has their microphones right in my ear,
misheard.
Have ruled the kid incorrectly because he said avocado instead of Avogadro. And, so anyway, the point is they didn't get the point because you can't say...
Because you win.
Yes. I was right. It's me versus the kids.
Right. That's the way Alex Trebek played it. He's like, I win Jeopardy.
So that's why I didn't have a name for the avocado.
You're gonna dump it. Be careful.
Here, you take it. I didn't have a name for the avocado, but when you asked for one, the first thing that came to mind was
Which is Avogadro's constant.
Yes.
Is the proportionality factor that relate to the number of constituent particles in a sample with the amount of substance that is the sample. So we're probably using that in all of our COVID tests.
Okay. I don't even know. It's got something to do with Mole Day, which I think we celebrate on October 23rd, 10/23. We get excited about it.
Avogadro. What's his nickname?
Avo.
Okay.
I don't know. What would your nickname be?
I was going to name him Alan.
Okay.
But I think Avogadro is better.
Avogadro the avocado?
Avogadro the avocado.
Yeah, that works for me. So that's my show and tell.
I like it.
I had that ready for you when you came over.
I'm amazed. And it grew that much while you guys were gone.
A lot, yeah.
Wow.
We were only gone for a few days, but something happened, and we had given it extra water before we left because we weren't going to be there, and boom, now it's got leaves.
Yeah,
and it's weird because it's December.
I don't know. Maybe Avogadro's like, "What's up? Coming in hot for 2021." Like, I'll show you.
Well, do you have plants at your house?
I have.
Are they legal?
Yeah.
No, don't we know somebody from formerly of radio who's just like blatantly growing weed in his house, or maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. I'll have to pull up the Facebook posts and see if we can.
I don't know. No, I have an aloe plant that got knocked off of my kitchen windowsill recently, but it's still fine. And it comes from my dad's aloe plant that he used to have at Children's Hospital. He brought in and put it in his office, and it was a small potted plant.
Okay.
And they call this thing Mothra because it continued to grow to the point to where he had to move it into the hallway at Children's Hospital because it was this big, in a pot this big, and it is this aloe plant that looks like a Feed Me Seymour.
Does it look like a cactus? Is it a succulent?
Aloe is a succulent. I don't know. Don't ask me.
I think so.
Yeah.
I
That person.
I thought
yes.
we were Facebook friends, but I guess he's unfriended me, is what I just learned the hard way.
Well, that's okay. It's just Facebook.
It's no big deal.
But I have part of Mothra is in my house, and he's doing fine. And then I have...
Mothra's a he?
Mothra is a he. And
I always thought Mothra was a girl.
Well, my Mothra is a baby of mine is an offshoot.
Okay.
So every year my dad takes parts of Mothra and puts it in new pots and gives it away.
Ooh.
So I have Mothra too, but he's fine.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah. Roller skates. But I also have a random succulent, but I need more plants. I want more plants. I want a Christmas cactus.
That's a good name for a band.
Random succulent?
Yeah. Somebody I know is doing really well with Christmas cactus.
I want one.
And again, I can't remember who, one of my Facebook friends, and I think she had maybe had it for the first time blooming at the right time of year. And again, it's because of 2020. Yeah. Because she had the time to spend on this
tending to them
plant, and now all of a sudden it's the best Christmas cactus ever.
There's a new plant store that opened up right near my house that I haven't been to yet because I don't want to go spend money on plants, but I want to go spend money on plants, but I haven't been over there yet, and because I'm afraid if I go over there I will buy lots of things.
We could go there and sing songs from Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, more.
Yeah.
All right. Down on Skid Row.
That's a great show.
But the first thing my kids said when I moved into the new place and they came over, they were standing in the living room and they were just having a discussion with each other. And they were talking. And I came in and I'm like, what are you guys talking about? They're like, you need plants and lots of them. In fact, you need some over here and you need this and this. And so they've designed what I need. But as we discussed at the beginning of this episode, I need like
a lot.
Spoons.
Yeah, housewares. Except for Avogadro, the avocado, I think all of these plants are fake. Although, do you remember, the one that we always had on the porch behind us when we're outside, which is right on the other side of this wall?
Yeah.
It's making a nice little comeback. It's got pink flowers now instead of red flowers.
Who knew?
Yeah, I should go get it for you.
You should.
All right.
All right, we're out of here.
Thank you so much for watching and
meeting. We have a big news meeting today.
Is that today? I thought it was tomorrow.
No, we have a meeting today.
It is? Oh.
No, it is tomorrow. Gosh.
Get me all worked up.
Today, I'm nervous about it.
You know what today is?
What?
Today's the day that Jere and I go sign the will and the medical directives and the don't pull the plug on me.
Like, can you, at like my age with no underlying health issues, could I do a DNR if I wanted to?
Oh, yeah, you should. My lawyer made her 18-year-old
I can do a
son.
do not resuscitate for myself at this age?
Yeah.
I should do one?
No, I'm not saying you should. I'm saying you should do end-of-life directives. We can talk about that tomorrow.
Okay.
But the basic gist of it is my lawyer, Anne, said that when her son turned 18, she made him sign all the medical directive paperwork, which, for the most part then, should he get into some kind of accident. Actually, I might as well talk about my niece who got into this kind of accident. We'll do it tomorrow. Right. And is in a coma. That way, legally, as an adult, his parents, or whomever he designates, and of course it's going to be his mom, can take care of him because he's an adult.
Okay.
So you're never too, I guess, 17, you don't need it. But once you turn 18, it's okay. You can have all this paperwork. Now, of course, I have made it through so far without any of it.
Right.
Without a will, without a medical directive, without anything. But when my mom passed, and she had it all together, she had all her stuff organized, I'm looking at it going, well, that doesn't look that hard. I could probably get that done.
Yeah, good for you.
So that's today. That's what I got today. And then tomorrow's
our big meeting.
Is super important business meeting.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks.
Before or after our super important business meeting.
Okay.
Bye.